Okay, so this is the verse video to go along with Croy chapter 17. This is from Romans chapter 8. We're going back to Romans and to the same chapter that we've been in actually before. But now we're going to look at verse 10 because it's got some of these third declension nouns. You know you're making it a long way. You've made it all the way through the verbs. And now you're into third declension nouns. This is Romans 8:10. Okay, if you need to pause it to find it, no problem. It's after the Gospels, after Acts, then Romans. Pause it and then we'll read. Okay, we're back. Let's try reading this together. Again, I'll try to read slowly and you read with me. Verse 10 of chapter 8 in Romans. E de Christos en humin. Ta men soma necron. Dia hamartia ta de pneuma zoe dia dikaiosunein. It's a good idea to read all the way through no matter what you're reading, if it's a sentence for a test, if it's a verse in the text, because the word order doesn't matter. So you want to just get a lay of the land. That's what we're doing. Okay, so in our case, we start with the postpositive de, but... And then a, you haven't gotten, I don't think yet, but it means if. But if Christos, if Christ en humin, in y'all. And Paul doesn't always use the verb to be, he just skips it sometimes, which you can do in Greek and it's just assumed. So basically this phrase lacks the verb, but what it would read is, but if Christ is in you, okay? Then do you see how it has the second word in after the comma is men? Men, roughly, like the roughest translation is to say on the one hand, men, and then when you get another de, it means on the other hand. I actually have an article that I use this to make a published article about. But sometimes we don't actually translate that, but that's really, it's making a comparison. So you could skip that word, but in Greek they are using it to mark the comparison. So here's the things that are being compared. So if Christ is in you or in y'all, skip the men and just look at the ta soma. That's a new word that you have. The body, necron. And look how there's no article directly in front of it. So go all the way back to thinking about your original rules for nouns and adjectives. If there's no article, it's in the predicate position. It's making a sentence. So it's the body is dead. Oh, if you don't remember that, you have to go all the way back to Croy chapter 5 and review it, because it's a basic principle that still holds true for third declension nouns as well. So the body is dead. Dia hamartion. Dia with the accusative means on account of. The body is dead on account of sin. De, but ta pneuma, the spirit, ta pneuma, is, you're going to have to supply is. Paul just skips that all the time. The spirit is zoe, is life, or is alive. Dia dikaiosunein, on account of righteousness. Here's the whole thing. E de Christos en humin. But if Christ is in you, ta men soma necron, the body is dead. Dia hamartion, on account of sin. Ta de pneuma, but the spirit is zoe, is alive, or is life. Dia dikaiosunein, on account of righteousness. Really beautiful text, and Paul leaves out little words, and that's actually higher Greek than maybe the Greek you've been reading so far. Don't worry about it right now. Just instead focus on those third declension nouns like ta soma and ta pneuma. Okay, great.